The benefits of studying philosophy start with the fact that it will just blow your mind.
The benefits of studying philosophy are pretty endless.
You can do anything with a philosophy major.
In philosophy, you answer the larger questions. What is the meaning of life?
It's kind of asking questions about the world around you.
Where there's no really right or wrong answer as long as you're able to justify it. It's not something you see in other fields especially.
The way I mainly think about philosophy is that it's without borders. You can philosophize basically about anything if you just start asking deeper questions.
So it is a kind of critical questioning mode of being in the world.
We need people who can think about why what we're doing means something, and to make meaning of that.
Philosophy is going to teach you how to think.
Philosophy is something that just prepares your mind to think analytically about anything.
Philosophy teaches you to look at a problem and figure out the best way to solve that problem, and I think that that's useful no matter what career you're going into.
Philosophy is a kind of transferable discipline. Whatever discipline you're in, it can kind of train you to think and reflect on the nature of what you're doing.
It makes you incredibly applicable and ready for the job market. Being able to communicate critical thinking, analytical reasoning, synthesis of information, using logic, persuasive argumentation. These are all things that every job description ever has asked for.
I think that a philosophy student will be able to grasp almost anything that they will teach them in a job. And I think Deutsche Bank understood that. And I think that's why they looked at me as a viable and a good candidate.
I had an interview with a Big Four accounting firm, and one of the questions was, what sets me apart from other candidates that are applying for this position? And I was able to talk about philosophy and talked a lot about what I've been learning and how it applies to business, and I actually ended up getting the job.
Philosophy has definitely helped me prepare for a career in medicine. Not many people are coming into that with a philosophy background. It just stands out on applications, on resumes, and not only does it stand out, it gives you something to talk about during interviews.
I think philosophy majors graduating from Purdue can go do any job they want.
If you think that philosophy primarily is going to blow your mind, Purdue is really going to blow your mind.
Pretty much any area of philosophy you're interested in, there's going to be a faculty member here on campus that specializes in that.
We have a lot of majors who find those one or two professors that are really speaking to them, that are really opening up the vistas for them.
My relationship with professors in the philosophy department is definitely closer than in any other department. I find that they really want to connect with the students and they really care about the students' learning.
You do get that kind of attention. The classrooms are generally smaller and the emphasis is on conversation and dialogue.
We're a small department. We have very much a small liberal arts college feel here in the midst of an R1 major research institution.
I'd say the Purdue philosophy program makes a big school feel small and feels like a family.
There's a ton of ways to get involved in the philosophy department at Purdue.
We have a very lively Instagram account and social media, which is run by one of our majors. We have undergraduate TA and internship opportunities in the department.
The philosophy department hosts a podcast.
You're listening to The Grindstone.
And we have an intern working on that. And there's also, of course, the Undergraduate Philosophy Society, which meets regularly.
Even if you're not sure if you're interested in a philosophy major, take a philosophy class.
I had no idea what to expect because in high school there's no philosophy classes. So really it's a concept you have no idea about until you take that first class. It was a great experience. I loved all the text I read and I really enjoyed the professor.
I do think students who take philosophy find that it taps into an aspect of themselves. It turns out they've already been asking these questions and they've already been interested in these issues.
I feel like I'm ready for everything. I feel like I've trained my mind, I can adapt to anything. You know, I think that philosophy for me just has opened my mind.